Miami East. Carlisle coach Josh Kugel says Miami East is a very veteran team.
They have a lot of experience back on both sides of the ball, particularly at their quarterback and receiver position, and a lot of those guys play both sides of the ball. So they're coached to play hard. They play fast.
Clinton County is next. Coldwater looks to improve to 2-0 as they play at 0-1 Clinton Massey. Coldwater coach Chip Otten says his defense will need to play really well.
The concern for us is exactly what happened last year. They had 63 offensive plays and probably 55 of those were runs, and we only had 30. So they hogged the ball.
A couple of good ones in Hamilton County. Cincinnati McNicholas is 1-0. Tonight they host Harrison, also 1-0. McNicholas coach Mike Orlando knows they'll have their hands full, though.
They know they have a good football team, and, and I respect that. And so we're going to have to play really well, have to be sound, and get the ball to a lot of different guys. Quarterback is a really good player. That distributes things well, also could beat you with his feet.
Another good one featuring 1-0 teams has Versailles playing at Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, a team that Versailles coach Scott Brorman says has tons of talent.
They're going to present some challenges. Quarterback's a nice player, and they have some nice athletes around them. They have a really nice sophomore defensive lineman that can cause some havoc.
And as we continue getting you ready for your game broadcast, we'll be back to wrap up week 2 of Tonight in High School Football next on the Ohio News Network.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Ohio's public school educators are excited to welcome students back this school year to inspire their creativity, spark their curiosity, and help every child reach their full potential in school and beyond. That's why Ohio Education Association members are standing together to advocate for the support and resources our students need to succeed. Please stand with us so every child gets the great public education they deserve, because in Ohio, public education matters.
This is ONN.
And that'll put a wrap on week 2 of Tonight in High School Football. As always, wherever your team's in action, hopefully they're going to come out on top. For Ryan Baker, I'm Skip Mossick. Enjoy your game broadcast. This is the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
Today's hits and yesterday's favorites. Mix 96 FM.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm falling. There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, give me it. You're dangerous. I'm loving it. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round.
Whatever your morning routine, make sure it includes Matt and the Morning Crew. Weekday mornings on Mix 96 FM.
Gone and close the curtains, 'cause all we need is candlelight. You and me and a bottle of wine, gonna hold you tonight. Well, we know I'm going away, and how I wish it was so. So take this wine and drink with me. Let's delay our misery. Sing tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Sing tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. There's a log on the fire and it burns like me for you. Tomorrow comes with one desire, to take me away. Oh, it's true. It ain't easy to say goodbye. Darling, please don't start to cry. 'Cause girl, you know I've got to go. Oh, and Lord, I wish it wasn't so. Sing tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Sing tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone.
Heyo, looking for pet care? Fetch the best. Call 7.
Nice arm and is athletic, again, but you think about all the kids that last Thursday, that was their first start at playing at their position. There may be kids that have played varsity football, but there were very few of them that started at their position that they played Thursday. So, no excuses. That's our mantra this year. We know we're young. We know we're going to have some inexperience and some growing pains. But at the end of the day, like I tell our kids, no one cares. We need to get better. We need to get better fast. We need to work hard. We need to do a better job coaching. And, it starts with tonight.
Just wanted to mention real quick before we get into the next week's game, Jacob Winters has an opportunity, quarterback from a couple years back. He's been over at Ohio University, headed to Rio Grande and has a possibility to maybe be their starter this year.
Yeah, I went and watched Saturday afternoon's practice on our field, and he's the starting quarterback now. It's great to see him. Some of those athletes at Rio came down this summer and worked with our kids and got to know them real well. I think that program is going to see a huge turnaround. Of course, Cole Carter, one of my good friends that, coached against him in high school and tried to help him in his coaching career. He's doing a great job as an offensive coordinator and a recruiting coordinator. I think that they'll get that program turned around pretty quickly. But it's nice to see Jake out there throwing the ball around again at Alumni Stadium.
That's just what I was going to say. Fans come out. We sure enjoyed watching him play for the Ironmen at Alumni Stadium, and now we get an opportunity with him heading up the Rio Grande Redmond. That's pretty exciting. Coach, it is a rivalry week, old-time rivals week. Jackson versus Galplis, long-time SEOAL foes. This will be the 103rd meeting between these two communities dating back to 1914. And you know, that first game in 1914, it was really an exciting 0-0 tie. Gallipolis leads the series 49 wins to 46 for the Ironmen and 7 ties. But listen to this. Gallipolis tied us the first time we played and beat us the next 10. Jackson has had the advantage from that point on.
Yeah, I mean, we've been very fortunate in this rivalry since, my staff and I have been here, but we've had some good games, some close rivalry games. And, it's nice to get them back on the schedule. And like I told our players, I said, for our kids, this is not necessarily a rivalry because we haven't played in a long time. But you ask their dads and their granddads, this is huge. When I first came to Jackson, I realized there were 2 rivalries that I didn't know anything about, and that was Wellston and Gallipolis. And even like my staff, of course, a lot of them played at Jackson for years. This is the rivalry game for them. I mean, there is no love lost between them and Gallipolis, and so it's nice to get them back on the schedule. It's a short drive. The communities support their teams well. It should be a great crowd tonight at Memorial Stadium. But again, this is why we're glad to be back, is to be able to have these opportunities to play against teams that we've played for years, and instead of having to travel 2 hours to play people we don't know, this is something that our fan base can really get behind.
Well, from 1999 to 2006, Gallipolis beat us 9 straight times. 2 of those were playoff games. That was double losses in those years. Talk about painful. But since 2007, the present Jackson Ironmen have beat Gallipolis 10 of the last 12 times we played. So it has turned around. We're about to catch up on the all-time rivalry there, but it is certainly exciting. And you are so right. Players today's dads went through huge rivalries with Gallipolis, and there is some excitement amongst them all.
Yeah, there is. This is blue versus red. This is 2 counties that go at each other, and like I said, I know Coach Gerald is trying to turn that program around. They've had some coaching changes in the last few years, and he's trying to try to bring back the old traditions and so forth. And he's a good kid. He's doing the best he can, and it's just going to take some time. When you take over a program, when Coach Carter was there, he had some great seasons before he left to go up north to Division I school, and so we'll see. Again tonight. They had a tough loss last week like we did. So, I guarantee you that their practices were probably as intense as ours were. And then tonight's all about getting back on track and getting the season going the way both teams want to get. And, again, we'll see which plan prevails.
Gallia started football back in 1901. Last year they came to Jackson with 599 wins. And we all know the 600-win plateau for a high school is pretty special. And obviously they would have wanted to get that against us. They did, and we defeat them by a score of 56-3. They did get it the very next week against Point Pleasant, probably their other top rival, but they have over 600 wins. We have well over 600 wins. It is a fun matchup.
It is, and tonight a lot of youth is going to be on this football field for both teams. But again, it's nice to be back in a game like this, and it's something the kids can get behind and get excited about.
How about this? We defeat them last year 56-3, and obviously Bodie Woodford had a huge game. Ryan Simetz had a huge game, as they did in all games. But 2 of our players that are on this year's roster did have some big plays in that game, and Ashton Seymour had a 45-yard touchdown run, and Dayton Counter caught a 59-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah, we made some big plays last year, and that's something we need to work on tonight. So there is experience in the sense of kids that got some playing time throughout the year. But now, when the ball's kicked off and the first period, these guys have to understand we got to come out ready to go. And like I said, we've had a good week of practice. We made some adjustments, got some different kids playing in different positions, got a couple kids back from injury. So again, we had a good week of practice, but it's now all about trying to get back on track and getting this thing going.
Could be the last time we play at Memorial Field. They're working on a new field situation. The Blue Devils started playing there back in 1948, 78 years ago. Really would be nice if they can put in a new stadium. I'm sure they're rooting for it, and I think all their opponents are.
Yeah, traditional stadium, but again, like anything else, after a while things kind of start to break down. So, we thought maybe we'd be playing this thing at their new stadium this year, but we're not. So again, it kind of renews the rivalry in the old stadium, and that's fine.
Most improvement usually comes for a team from week 1 to week 2. We've had an extra day of practice. Certainly hope that's going to be the situation this week.
Yeah, I mean, we made some adjustments, offensively. We'll get Cade Gomez back at some point in time throughout the night. How many snaps he gets will be determined later, but we get him back. Kingston Blankenship, another sophomore, gets a start at right guard. We're going to move Cohen Oyer back to center. We've got the running back situation. We're going to try to condense in a little bit and get Hunter Long back on the field a little bit more at running back and receiver. Maybe reduce some of our formations so we can get comfortable in what we're trying to do and then expand as we go. Again, we're going to rely heavily on Seth Taylor and Jay Sturgill at tackles to get things going. And, of course, Jake Gallagher at tight end. Those guys could really have a chance to be really good. And Cohen Oyer going back to his natural position, which is center. I think Corbin Smalley played his butt off last Thursday. When you weigh 165 pounds, you got certain limitations. But again, he fought his tail off, and I was very proud of him. He'll still be able to play. But again, just trying to get some different guys involved and so forth. So offensively, it's about running the football. That's going to be the calling card all year, which will set up the play action pass to help CJ. So we simplified the game plan a little bit tonight. So we're hoping to get the ball moving and protect the football, and that'll be the first order of business.
That's somewhat the game plan for offense. Defensively, we made some moves at halftime last week. Defense, I thought, played a ton of great snaps. Just gave up a few opportunities after they put Unioto, especially in third and longs, but those are things that are correctable.
Right. I mean, I thought, up front, I thought Zayden McLeod had a very good game at nose tackle. Nash Rosler, who's a freshman, play along with his brother Tate. I thought, Nash had 9 tackles and less than 2 quarters of play. He'll get to start tonight at linebacker. Jake Gallagher will play some linebacker, but also play some D-line where we need some help at depth. Of course, if we get Cade Gomez back, that will really help us as well. But, I thought Kel Taylor played a great outside linebacker position. He played every snap. He's very aggressive, made some great plays. Tonight, Dylan Ross, another sophomore, he's going to get his first start tonight at that will linebacker position. I thought he graded out well last week in the plays he had. And then in the secondary, again, just making the adjustments, making sure that we keep things simple for those guys. CJ had to play more snaps at corner than I want him to. Eli Taylor's coming along as a sophomore, got his first interception. So the better he gets, then that's better for all of us. Christian Gillum, I thought, had a solid game at corner. And then our safeties, Dayton Counters just trying to figure it out. He was one of our best corners we've had in a long time. We've had to move him to safety. But he had a good week of practice. Of course, Hunter Long also will get more snaps tonight. But I thought, Landon Rapp played a really good game. He's been a big surprise for us in the offseason. Be able to come up and tackle and make plays in the run game. Again, we held them to 80 yards rushing. We just gave up too many big plays in the back end. So, we need to identify that and, do a better job in the secondary of keeping things in front of us. And if we do that, we have a great shot to have a great night.
You touched on injuries, the interior of the offensive line. Everybody else pretty good shape?
I think so. Like I said, it was a physical game last week, but having the extra day to recover, is going to be helpful. Like I said, getting Cade Gomez back will help us. Just gives us more depth at the offensive line. Skill-wise, I thought, everyone, besides a couple bumps and bruises, wasn't any big deal. So, tonight's about attitude. It's about coming back, and really, our theme this week was all about.
Coach, and I saw on your scouting report on the front page, you had a Woody Hayes quote on there, and I think that was pretty appropriate.
Yeah, it says there's nothing that cleanses your soul like getting the crap beat out of you. And, that's a little Woody Hayes theme. And again, the question we gave our kids is, how are we going to respond to the adversity? That's tonight. That's the mantra. How are we going to respond to that? We had a senior picnic that, I do every year with the seniors, and we sit down and talk about our goals and write down things. And I told them Wednesday night, I said, hey, how are you going to make this happen? Every goal you want is still in front of you. It's one game. It's not the end of the season. So, but how are you going to respond to that adversity? And when everyone tells you you're not any good, how are you going to react to that? So, I think these guys have a lot of fight in them. I expect us to come out with great enthusiasm and excitement. We come out of that tunnel, and we'll let the Cards play how they play.
Coach, best of luck to you. Can't wait to talk to you in the postgame. I got a good feeling about this one.
Yeah, we had, like I said, a great week of practice, got great kids, thought our staff was on point, and now it's time to put it on the field.
Stay tuned for more pregame activities with the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson, and myself, Dan Morrow.
When your vehicle or semi finds itself stuck on the road, call the rescue team at Angles Garage and Wrecker Service, located at 10992 Chillicothe Pike in Jackson. They provide 23.5 hours of damage-free towing and recovery service. Whether you need roadside service, a tow, or repairs, you can count on their team to get the job done. Angles Garage and Wrecker Service is also an authorized U-Haul dealer. Call Angles Garage and Wrecker Service at 577-3636. Let's hook up.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
I went from a dead-end job to endless opportunity.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. With advancement opportunities, an on-site health clinic, and generous retirement benefits, you too can be more at Bellisio Foods. Apply today at BellisioFoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO Foods.com/careers.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
When the job is in the woods, you want people who know the land. Cottle Chipping is a locally owned company with over 50 years of experience providing professional logging and land clearing services. From chipping and clearing to full logging jobs, Cottle Chipping delivers honest work, dependable equipment, and results you can count on. For your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 596-5984. Cottle Chipping, local, experienced, and built to work the land.
Hey, all you Ironman football fans, it's the Chubby Guys podcast, and this year we're bringing you the player of the game each and every single week. Tune in on our Facebook page at chubbyguys@facebook.com, and tune in on our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram, anywhere you love your media, that's where we are. Each and every single Friday night, Dan, and Pete are bringing you the live results in the post-game show for who the Chubby Guys podcast player of the week is. So make sure you tune in each and every Friday night. Go Ironman!
This is 96.7 WKOV.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Dave Strickland will help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Dave Strickland in Chillicothe at 740-773-1824. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Brad Wilson, your Jackson County Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Athletics on WKOV. Call 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Keep your athlete in action with Holzer's Saturday morning sports injury clinics. Dr. Kelly Rausch and Charles Zurenberg offer Saturday morning sports clinics at Holzer Sycamore in Gallipolis and the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville Road every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the fall sports season. Dr. Rausch and Dr. Z have the experience to keep your athlete in action. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome.
The Jackson County Port Team, a post-overdose response team, is here to support individuals and families on the path to recovery. Made up of caring professionals from the Jackson Municipal Probation Department, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the Counseling Center, Warriors for Christ, Hopewell, the Ohio State Highway Patrol Jackson Post, the Adam H. Board, and other local agencies. If you or someone you love needs support, reach out today. Email jacksoncountyport8@gmail.com. Jackson County Port, where the light is always on for you.
The Jackson High School Ironmen play here. 96.7 WKOV.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson County Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Sports on WKOV. Call 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Looking to score big on your next home? Make the winning call to Jason Wilson with Red Apple Realty. Jason knows the local market and works hard to help buyers and sellers come out on top. From kickoff to closing day, he's on your side. Call 740-577-7926. That's 740-577-7926. Jason Wilson with Red Apple Realty. Proud to support Jackson High School football all season long. Go Ironmen!
Jackson Ironmen Sports on 96.7 WKOV.
When life throws you the unexpected, you need someone who knows the law and knows the community. At John Clark Law in Jackson, they'll fight for your rights, protect your interest, and guide you through life's toughest challenges. From personal injury to criminal defense, family law to estate planning, John Clark has the experience you can trust. Call today, 740-286-4200, or visit 221 East Main Street in Jackson. That's John Clark Law. Local experience, trusted results.
Looking for family fun that's worth the short drive? Head to the Yellow of Wellston. Bring the whole family out for bowling, great food, and a great night together. Whether it's a weekend outing, a birthday celebration, or just something different to do, Yellow of Wellston has something for you. See our hours, specials, and to book your lane now online at lielaofwellston.com. Liela of Wellston. Family fun that's worth the short drive.
96.7 WKOV.
This is far and away the best play by the Gallipolis Blue Devils. Tackled there by Christian Gillum, also Zayden McLeod. But it's about a 7-yard gain, and that maybe it's an 8-yard gain on first down. Gallipolis running behind the left side of their offensive line. First time they found a little success. Signal coming in from the sideline. Gallipolis not in a huddle. They're all there at the line of scrimmage, looking over to their sideline, taking the play call. Shotgun formation. And there, the quarterback, it's a reverse, and a nice job there by the Ironmen to stay home. Dayton Counter comes up from his free safety position to make the tackle, but that time they put Brock Sheldon, the running back, in a shotgun formation, snapped to him, gave it back and around to Grant Owens, their wide receiver, and the Ironmen did a good job staying home defensively, but it is enough for a first down for Gallipolis, their first of the contest. The ball is marked at the 34-yard line. Snap back to the quarterback, handed the second back through, and he is smothered at the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he quite got back. Well, he's still trying. They haven't blown the whistle dead yet, but he was stopped. They're going to mark him a few feet short of the line of scrimmage. Jacob Gallagher, Zayden McLeod, all involved in there with the pile up. Maybe giving back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Snap back, the hand to Sheldon. He tries to run the right side of the offensive line. There's Byron Betts in the bottom of a pile. Jacob Gallagher there, Zayden McLeod, all three of the defensive linemen involved. Give him maybe a gain of 1 yard, mark it at the 36-yard line. It will be third and a long 8 for the Blue Devils.
Ironmen pursuing very well to the ball, also stuffing those inside runs very well here in the early going, penetrating the offensive blockers.
Single back, he's in motion, snap back to the quarterback, pressure coming, he throws it in there, it's a little bit of a bubble screen, but the Ironmen play it well, and receiver is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. That will force Gallipolis into a fourth down. Look like Tate Rosler in there. He was our Chubby Guys player of the game last week. Brother Nation there alongside of him. Numerous Ironmen do a nice job wrapping him up. Actually, there's a tackle there for a loss, and Gallipolis will be forced to punt the ball back. Deep for the Ironmen will be Dayton Counter. Single receiver back. Snap, the kick. High kick, short. They're going to let it bounce. This time it kind of just bounces straight up in the air, and the ball will be marked right about the 42-yard line for the Jackson Ironmen. Pete Wilson, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. It doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely not. The Ironmen coming up with some big plays there. 4th down, scored from the 20-yard line, and then a 50-yard pass, kind of like a role reversal from last week when Udioto was getting those plays and the Ironmen were not.
Mark the ball at the 43-yard line. Worst field position the Ironmen have had tonight, but still pretty good. CJ under center, split back, single receiver here to the wide side, hand to the second back through, big hole at the point of attack. That's going to be Israel running the football, and he just followed the big guys, Seth Taylor and Jay Sturgill and all that offensive line. Big hole at the point of attack, and that'll move the chains into Gallipolis territory. Mark the ball the 47-yard line for the Ironmen. Ironmen break the huddle. Cohen Oyer leads that offensive line up to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends, I formation. Hands to the first back. Good hold at the point of attack once again. And that is Ashton Seymour, has a touchdown tonight. That time he's running right behind Kingston Blankenship. Cohen Oyer picks up. Oh, there's a flag on the play. They didn't give us our yardage. Officials are talking things over.
Looked like it was something after the snap.
I thought it might have been a late hit on our running back, and it is going to be a personal foul against the Blue Devils. They did call it. They'll march this penalty off after about a 5-yard gain by Ashton. Penalty takes place at the 41-yard line. As they mark this off, they'll take it down inside the 35, inside the 30, and they're going to finally mark it right at the 28-yard line of the Gallipolis Blue Devils. Ironmen once again a short field. I formation. 2 tights, single receiver. Christian Gillum here on the wide side. Hand to the second back through. Good blocking at the point of attack. Israel Schindler, the running back, running behind Jay Sturgill, Kingston Blankenship. That offensive line gets positive yards. Great first down play. Goes end up marking it after about an 8-yard gain. Mark at the 21.
Good hole there, and Schindler hit it quick and then also fought for a couple extra yards after contact.
Schindler had a nice opening night last week, running the football. Split backs this time. 2 tights, single receiver. Hand to the first back through. That's Ashton Seymour. He breaks through the tackles. He's at the 10, down to the 5, inside the 5 before he comes down. Seymour getting some opportunities tonight. That's blocking right up the middle. Blankenship, Landrum, Oyer giving Ashton Seymour. He was lined up, split backs, but right behind the quarterback. Explodes. It's 1st and goal for the Ironmen. Mark it just inside the 5-yard line. We're going to put the 2 big guys over here side by side on the right side. Taylor and Sturgill. Split backs. Handoff will go to Seymour. He's off tackle and in easily for the 4th touchdown of the Ironmen here in the first quarter. Seth Taylor, Jay Sturgill side by side. That's a bunch of bodies over there, and boy, Seymour takes it in for his 2nd touchdown of the evening. He has 2. Dayton Counter has 2. CJ 2 touchdown passes. Tanner Jenkins coming out. Extra point for the Ironmen. The snap, the kick, it's good. 27-0. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here since we're nearing the end of the first quarter. Pete Wilson, the Ironmen, can do no wrong so far.
Well, they're slowing down, Dan. Took them 5 plays to score this time. A 5-play, 57-yard drive. But I tell you what, one that one that brings a smile to your face because we saw that power running that we thought would be one of the strengths of the Ironmen this year. And it's Schindler and Seymour running hard and getting some holes at the point of attack so they can get that head of steam and get downfield.
You're listening to this right. 1 minute to go still in the first quarter, and it is your Jackson Ironmen 27, Gallipolis 0.
Well, I guess the question about whether the Ironmen would come out ready to play has been answered.
I think Coach answered it in this pregame show, said it was a very good week of practice, corrected a lot of mistakes. They were correctable. So far, they have done that. Tanner Jenkins, junior kicker, four-sport athlete at Jackson, Pete.
Soccer and football in the fall.
Basketball and baseball in the winter and spring. There's another pooch kick, lands about the 34-yard line. Ironmen are down there quickly. And boy, almost able to collect that was Hunter Long. Made Gallipolis hustle to recover that one, but they do. Mark the ball. I think they'll mark it about the 37-yard line. It'll be Blue Devil football. We are looking at 59 seconds to go. Nope, they mark it back at the 34-yard line. Kicked it deep a couple times, but we've been short kicking lately, and obviously it's not a bad idea when the best player for Gallipolis is Brock Sheldon and he is your return man. You certainly don't want to give him an opportunity. Gallipolis comes out to the line of scrimmage. They don't huddle. Slot to the left side. Here comes a motion man. 3 people on this side. Pressure coming. The freshman looks and he throws it over to Sheldon, but he is tackled for a loss.
Penalty on the field as well. We'll see what that is.
Going to guess it's a motion penalty, and the Ironmen will have the luxury to decline that probably. They're going to mark out about a 2 or 3 yard loss on first down. It is illegal procedure. It is against Gallipolis, and it is declined.
Okay, well, Gallipolis throwing the ball so far, 3 out of 4 for minus 12 yards. Every pass completion has been for negative yards.
Best Jackson Ironman fan, one of the best in Florida. We have a couple of them. Steve Lloyd just tuned in and wants to know if that's the right score, and it is the right score. It's been all Jackson here in the first quarter. Nice job there with the Ironman. A handoff right up the middle. Looked like Jacob Gallagher along with Nash Rosler wraps him up. No gain. 3rd and long. 3rd and about 13. Clock winding down to end the first quarter. You know, the good thing so far, Pete Wilson, second half last week, I think it's a little cooler than it was last week when we fought the cramps so bad last week. The game took forever in the second half.
Yeah, a little warmer this week, I think. But
I think it's warmer, but it feels like there's a little breeze tonight.
Right, and the sun has gone down. That helps.
Shotgun formation. Here comes the quarterback. Travin. Oh, and the ball is batted up in the air and no good. Ball is batted up. It looked like Cale Taylor got his hand as he came pressuring the freshman quarterback. Cale coming from his outside linebacker position. Sophomore played a great game last week. We're very highly thought of by the coaching staff. That puts Gallipolis in a 4th down and long situation. They should be forced to punt, but after last week, I guess we never know, do we?
No. More and more of that on the punting situations where you'll see a fake punt.
Punting team out there for the Blue Devils. Dayton Counter once again the lone return man. He stands back about the 28-yard line for the Ironmen. Snap, the kick. High kick, once again short. Dayton will let it hit. Now he's going to pick it up off the bounce. Has a little room here, 35, 40, turns the corner and gets it right out to midfield. Nice job there by the senior return man, realizing he could grab that one off the bounce and bring it back all the way to the midfield mark. The sun has gone down below the horizon there, Pete Wilson, and you sure can see better, can't we?
Absolutely we can, and that is the end of the first of the first quarter, and a great one it was for the Ironmen. The Ironmen lead 27-0.
Well, I was slow getting this timeout, so let's just keep it right here. Tell us a little bit. I know we've had 2 touchdown passes. C.J. Crabtree to Dayton Counter. We've had 2 touchdown runs. Ashton Seymour, both of those. But it's just everything seems to be clicking for the Ironmen here the first 12 minutes.
Right, the run and the pass, and also, let's face it, the Gallipolis Blue Devils opening up the door with their miscues.
That was my bad missing the timeout here at the first quarter. Just so excited about this first quarter of play by the Ironmen, but we'll catch up. Once again, our sponsors, so very, very special. Some of the main sponsors, the awards we give away in the post-game. Monroe Collision Hit of the Week award winner. Landon Rapp won it last week, and my guy, she made some big plays early on in this one. Chubby Guys player of the game was Tate Rosler. 10 tackles, touchdown, 70-plus yards rushing. Solid game by the junior inside linebacker, fullback, running back, Slash. Well, we changed direction. This corner of the end zone has been very good for Jackson. They'll break their huddle. Ball marked right at midfield. Once again, kind of an unbalanced look as we put both our big tackles side by side here to the left side. Split back, CJ under center. Hand to the second back through. Push it. Good push by the offensive line. Is going to pick up maybe 3-4 yards on that first down snap. 3-yard gain. Mark it around the 47-yard line. Tate Rosler on the carry. Once again, Taylor and Sturgill line up here to the left side of the offensive line. Split backs. Handoff will go to Rosler once again. Good hole at the point of attack. Rosler explodes into the secondary, cuts it to the outside in front of the Jackson fans, and takes it all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Rosler hit the hole hard, and there was a hole there, and then really, really good quick feet there to take it outside and get another about 10 yards. Ball all the way down to about the 28-yard line maybe?
28-yard line. Cohen Oyer, the center. Landrum, Blankenship, doing some good blocking in there in the interior of that offensive line. Split backs again. Single receivers each side. CJ rolling out to his left, sees an opening. He's going to tuck it and run. Crosses the 20 to the 15 and gets knocked out of bounds. Little bootleg action by our quarterback. Play off a play action fake. CJ had room to run. That will be a first down for our Ironmen. They'll mark it right at the 15-yard line. They haven't moved the chains yet. It's going to be a sideline warning on the Ironmen. That's what the official showed. Now they will let the chains move. It's not a penalty, it's just a warning. Mark the ball at the 15-yard line for the Ironmen. 1st and 10. I formation. Crabtree under center. Second back through. Hunter Long, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Good play defensively by Gallipolis. Looked like Jason Angel with the tackle there for the Blue Devils. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. 27 for the Ironmen, 0 for the Blue Devils. Ironmen knocking on the door again. Stay with us. I got a halftime guest coming. Our athletic director here at Jackson High School, Waylon Massey, will come up, give us kind of a State of the Union type talk, see what's going on with all the sports going on besides football. Fall is a busy time of year. And there is going to be a timeout called. It'll be for the Ironmen. We're going to do the very same. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be right back. More Jackson Ironmen football right here on your station for the Ironmen 96.7.
Your athlete's arm shouldn't be a guessing game. At On Deck Performance, our 12-week pitching program uses biomechanics, kinesiology, and professional arm care to build better mechanics, higher pitch IQ, healthier arms, and more durable athletes. At ODP, we don't just train pitchers. We also offer hitting, fielding, and footwork. Everything is designed with one goal: transfer it to the diamond. Become a part of the ODP family today and begin developing with a purpose. Follow us on social media or visit ondeckperformance.net to learn more.
At Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, we understand the importance of community and tradition. That's why we're proud to support Jackson Ironmen football and all other high school sports. Whether you're cheering from the stands or supporting from afar, we're honored to be a part of the Ironmen family. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it the most and celebrating the spirit of our local heroes. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Athletics.
This is 96.7 WKOV.
Ironman break the huddle. 2nd and 10, 15-yard line. Split back. CJ hands to the second. No, he's going to roll to the right. Takes a look. He's going to tuck the football and carry it again. Finds some good running. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Looks like he's got first down yardage for the Ironman.
It looks like inside the 5, according to a preliminary mark. That would be a first down.
You know, CJ has thrown the ball well tonight, but the fact is he can run the football, and that is a different dimension for the Ironmen this year. We understand we were off the air for a while there, Pete Wilson. We'll try to catch up. The Ironmen have had probably one of their better quarters in a long time, and I don't think they got to listen to a lot of it, but we'll talk about that as we go. Second back through, the handoff to Rosler. Rosler gets a push by the offensive line. He's down near, and he does score. He's in the end zone. Right behind the right side of that offensive line, Blankenship, Landrum, and Oyer once again getting a push in there, and Tate Rosler is in the end zone. 5th touchdown of the night for the Ironmen. Tanner Jenkins back on the field again. We're going to wear him out, Pete Wilson.
He's in good shape.
He is.
He's used to kicking, you know.
Extra point, the snap, the hold, the kick. It is good, and the lead now is 34-0 for our Jackson Ironmen. 9:47 to go, first half. Timeout on the field. We'll do the same. Jackson Ironmen football right here on 96.7.
The Jackson High School Ironmen play here. 96.7 WKOV.
We offer the latest in innovative technology. From state-of-the-art online and mobile banking technology to fast and easy online mortgage and loan application from the comfort of your home and with experienced local bankers to guide you along the way. We have the technology. We have the team. Call us today. We're an equal housing lender. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Jackson Ironmen Sports on 96.7 WKOV.
$8:47 to go, first half. Tanner Jenkins will tee up the ball at that 40-yard line. The Ironmen have exploded for 34 first half points. Once again, we understand we had some technical issues early. We will try to recap that. There was a penalty on the extra point, and the Ironmen will get a little advantage here as the official marks off the penalty, a 15-yarder. And that will allow Tanner to be kicking off from the 45-yard line. Had one touchback last week, has a great opportunity to get a second one right here.
It's also an opportunity to maybe try something because, you know, if you do an onside kick, what's the worst going to be? They're going to be on the 30-yard line or something? I don't think they'll do that.
Kick by Tanner is deep, and it'll be way back in the end zone. Matter of fact, kicks the back of the end zone line. So Gallipolis will start their possession on the 20-yard line. 34-0, Jackson with the big lead.
That last drive, Dan, goes 6 plays, 50 yards. The touchdown comes on a 4-yard run on the right side by Tate Rosler. His first touchdown and the Ironmen's third rushing touchdown of the game. Extra point by Tanner Jenkins, and we've still got, what is that, 8:47 left?
Yes.
8:47.
Stay with us. We will recap all that when Pete Wilson gives you stats at halftime if you missed some of the early scoring by Jackson. Galplis, as their freshman quarterback, drops back. He's going to throw it downfield, and it hit the hands of their tight end. Actually, he made a very good throw there. Tight end running a drag cut across, could not pull the pass in, and it goes as an incomplete pass. Second down and 10. Mark the ball at the 20-yard line of the Blue Devils. Sean Tanner out there for Jackson at a tackle position. There's a throw up the middle, and they go right back to the tight end. They send him down the middle of the field. They throw it up in the air, but a nice job defensively. I think that was Christian Gillum got a hand on that one, deflected away, and it goes incomplete.
Well, down 34-0. Coach Dalton Jarrell airing it out with the freshman quarterback. Not too bad passes there in the drop back position down the middle, but nothing to show for it.
Trayvon Wilson, single back, shotgun formation, takes a look down the field, going to throw it for a third time. That one's over the head of the intended receiver, goes out of bounds, and it'll be a very quick 3-and-out for the Blue Devils. They will snap it to the punter. Ball be marked the 20-yard line, and Ironman should get very good field position out of this possession. Dayton Counter will stand on the Ironman 42-yard line. The snap, kick from the punter, very high, very short kick. It will land about the 40. It gets a good bounce, and it does go across midfield, and they'll mark the ball right at the 48-yard line for the Ironman. The Ironman 48-yard line.
32-yard punt there by Champlin, who has been a busy man. 4 punts now for him, and Jackson once again with really good field position. What, was there a touch somewhere or something? They're putting the ball down on the 45-yard line instead of the 48 where I thought the ball died, so there must have been a touch.
Must have been a Galplis player touch it there. We're going to see Cade Gomez getting some snaps at the guard position. Cade was a starter from day one, been battling injuries, and Coach Hall told us we're going to see him working his way back in there. Gomez, Oyer, and Landrum, the 3 interior linemen for Jackson. Still flanked by the big guys, Seth Taylor and Jay Sturgill. Shotgun formation for CJ. Single back, trips to the right side. CJ rolls to the right. Looks downfield, going to throw it deep, has a receiver open, and it's caught, and it's another touchdown. Dayton Counter gets behind the defense. CJ lays it out there beautifully, catches him in stride, and the Ironmen score their 6th touchdown of this contest. And I think that was counter, Pete Wilson. We turned the lights on in the press box, and I am having a hard time seeing numbers.
I believe it was Dayton, although that's the side that normally Gillum lines on as well.
Do you need the line?
Okay, go ahead and turn it off.
Okay, we're going to turn them off. We have the opportunity to turn those off. Tanner Jenkins will be kicking the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. It's good. Score now stands the Jackson Ironmen 41, Galplis 0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more Ironman football here on 96.7.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Have you been getting a lot of calls from a little boy?
Well, yes, we have.
That's my son. He always talks about how you have something for everyone.
We do. If you're looking for truck parts, we have the largest selection in the area. Your son keeps calling us looking for everything.
Derek. Yes, Mom. You've got to stop bothering those nice folks at work.
But, Mom, I love talking to them.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
SF Restoration specializes in masonry restoration in Wellston, Ohio, with unmatched industry expertise. From chimney repair and caulking and tuck pointing to cleaning and deck coating, we've got you covered. Our team is quick to respond to inquiries and can provide a fast turnaround time for appointments. Whether you need waterproofing, concrete repair, stonework, or foundation services, we have the skills to deliver exceptional results. We also specialize in commercial work and window glazing and caulking. Contact us today for all your masonry restoration needs. Call 740-418-4880.
96.7 WKOV.
Kickoff by Jenkins, caught by Sheldon, and he's able to get it across the 20, but a nice tackle there by Landon Rapp. He's been lethal on the kickoff team so far. I think we're going to mark it about the 25-yard line. Galplis will take over offensively. Pete Wilson, Galplis battling things like the Ironmen. If it can go wrong, so far it has gone wrong for the Blue Devils tonight.
Right, a couple of really long touchdown passes when Jackson is not that close to the goal line to Dayton counter. And with all the turnovers and the short fields the Ironmen have had, it couldn't be better for the Ironmen and it couldn't be worse for the Blue Devils. You are certainly right.
Malachi Weimer in there at the nose guard position for the Ironmen. Byron Betts and Jacob Taylor flank him, the two down tackles. Nash brothers at inside linebackers. Motion man, shotgun formation, handed the one back through, and he is smothered and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Cale Taylor. And Nash Rosler. Rosler the freshman, Taylor the sophomore. They meet at the running back. They give him about a half-yard gain. Shotgun formation, single back. Snap back, hands to the running back. He's trying to find some room on the left side of the offensive line. Just not much room there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe mark him out to the 30. Gain of about 3. So we're looking at a 3rd down and 6 for Gallipolis. Gallipolis breaks her huddle. Trayvon Wilson, the freshman quarterback. Shotgun formation, single back behind him. Motion to the wide side, 3 receiver set. He takes a look over here, throws the ball up there, finds his receiver at the 35. Tackle is going to be made. Tackle be made by Christian Gillum, but he's going to come up about a yard short. 2 yards short of the first down marker needed, a completed pass, but 4th and 2, and I don't think Gallipolis, there's no need not to try to play for this. 4th and a long one. Gallipolis comes to the line of scrimmage. Kind of things that help your freshman quarterback grow up, these kind of plays. Trayvon Wilson, shotgun formation, single back. And they get the Ironmen to jump off sides, and that will be a first down for the Blue Devils. Pete, is that their first?
That's their second.
Second first down.
Well, looks like they tried the hard count, and they actually got 2 Ironmen to jump, and so they get the first down the easy way without having to snap the ball. Jackson, by the way, Dan, 10 first downs to go along with their 6 touchdowns.
Kobe Braden on the field for the Ironmen. He'll play at the nose guard position. 2 backs in the backfield. Wilson with the shotgun formation. Snap back to the freshman quarterback. He'll hand to the second back through. And there is a beautiful play by the Ironmen. That's number 14 for Jackson. Ashton Seymour getting snaps at his outside linebacker position. Been a big night for Ashton. 2 touchdowns running. Nice tackle there from his outside linebacker position.
Well, we said from the very start, Dan, that Brock Shelton was a marked man for the Jackson defense, and they have been all over him from the get-go.
Split backs, shotgun formation. Wilson. I think they might have taken too much time. Nope, they didn't take too much time, just illegal procedure. Got a score update, Pete Wilson, from our buddy Jason Brown. Says that Chillicothe has a 6-3 lead over Wheelersburg. One of the real premier games in Southeast Ohio this week.
Right, that would be kind of like the game in the area, I think you could agree.
Second and long. 2nd and 15. Snap back to Wilson. Pressure coming, and there's an interception. The Ironmen were able to pick it off. It looks like it's Byron Betts, I think, taking it into the end zone, and the junior defensive tackle. What a special moment that makes for him. The Ironmen were all over Wilson. He sort of was trying to set up a middle screen. He throws it up for grabs. Betts right there and takes it in for the touchdown, and the Ironmen score one more. And we have a Blue Devil down about the 14-yard line. Don't know. Looks like the official, is he whistling some type of penalty against the Ironmen? Let's see, they're going to work this out. The Galplis player is up and headed to the sideline. There was a penalty on the Ironman, Pete Wilson. Did they take away the touchdown? And they did. I think there's an illegal block on the return. That's a shame for Byron Betts. Takes away a touchdown for the young man, but the ball will be marked at the 24-yard line. It will be Jackson football. And they will have a short field from here. 4:04 to go till halftime. Offense back out on the field. 41-0, the Ironmen lead. CJ Crabtree breaks the huddle. Under center, I formation. Seymour, Schindler, the two backs in the backfield. Dayton Counter split wide to the right. Getting the change situated here.
We'll give Byron Betts 16 yards on the interception return. That's where the penalty apparently occurred.
Handoff to Schindler. Nice hole at the right side of the offensive line. He cuts it to the outside, takes it down to about the 15-yard line. Be very near first down yardage needed if it's not a first down. Going to mark him a couple yards short. Right side of the offensive line gives Schindler good hole. He hits it quickly. Ball marked right at the 15-yard line. Second and really less than one. Seymour the front back. Schindler the back, the I back. I formation. One wide receiver to the short side of the field. Pitch over to Schindler. He has some room. Cuts it across the 15. Cutting back against the grain. Down inside the 5. Not far from a touchdown. No touchdown is signaled. Let's see where they mark it.
About the 1, Dan.
I think it is. Israel Schindler did a nice job following his interference. Gets it down inside the 5. I think they'll mark it right at maybe the 3-yard line. Ironmen come out again in the I formation. One wide receiver, Christian Gillum, wide to the short side. Handoff to Schindler. Has some room behind the right side or left side of that offensive line. Pushing, but going to... Oh, a touchdown's going to be called. Ironman offensive line kept driving, and Schindler kept leaning and chopping those feet, and he's able to cross the goal line and score a touchdown for the Ironmen.
2-yard run by Israel Schindler. He becomes the 3rd Jackson running back to score a touchdown in this game.
47-0, 2:43 to go in this very long first half of football. Tanner Jenkins, the kick. It's up, it's good. Goes right by the big flag there in the end zone, and the Ironmen now 48-0, their lead. 2:43 to go first half. Timeout on the field. We'll do the same. We'll be right back with more Jackson Ironman football.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your ATV or side-by-side, this is it. The All Cylinders clearance event is happening now at Pony Power Sports Jackson. As new models begin arriving, this is your opportunity to save on select CF Moto off-road vehicles. Whether it's the dependable U-Force 1000, the trail-ready Z-Force 950 Sport, or the hard-working C-Force 500, you'll get the premium features that come standard. Plus, financing as low as 0% APR and rebates on select models. If you've been planning an upgrade, don't wait for the end of the promotion. The best selection is available now, and once these machines are sold, they're gone. Stop by Pony Power Sports Jackson, 2233 Clary Road, Jackson, Ohio. Online at ponypowersport.com or call 740-286-4956 and let the team help you find the machine that's right for your property, your trail, or your next adventure. The All Cylinders clearance event ends October 31st. Choose CF Moto. More comes standard. Ride responsibly. Read your owner's manual. Wear proper safety gear. Never ride under the influence. And visit cfmotousa.com for rider training and safety information.
This is 96.7 WKOV.
Tanner Jenkins' kick back to the 5-yard line. Sheldon catches it, brings it forward, but the Ironman kickoff team's done stellar work tonight. They'll get him wrapped up about the 23-yard line. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go first half. Galplis has the ball back. It's been all Jackson this first 24 minutes of football.
All right, Dan, as you said, scored now at halftime. It is Chillicothe 6, Wheelersburg 3. Here's an interesting score. Halftime, Athens 7, Unieto 0. Ooh. I can't imagine Unieto getting shut out.
Snap back to the quarterback, hands off to Sheldon, makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage, and that's one of the better plays for the Blue Devils. He's out near first down yardage, and he gets it. Runs behind the left side of that offensive line, but Sheldon shows why he was the main figure in the scouting report this week. He does have some ability, and that was a great cut at the line of scrimmage to get first down yardage. Ironman starting to rotate people in. Alton Jones will come in at a defensive tackle position. Shotgun formation, single back behind Wilson. 2 slots here to the right side. Hand off to Sheldon. He tries to bring it to the outside, but good pursuit by the Ironmen. And they wrap him up, multiple players. But the first one there was sophomore Dylan Ross from his outside linebacker position. Also number 72, Andres Pablo. Good pursuit. That's from his backside tackle position. Actually a loss on the play of about a yard. Mark the ball at the 33-yard line of Galplis. 2nd and 11. Ironman starting to rotate some players in and out of the lineup. Corbin Smalley in there at an inside linebacker position. Whistle blows, stops action. And it looks like a timeout for Galplis. We'll do the very same. Timeout on the field. Jackson Ironman football right here on 96.7 Total Media.
Big projects, tough challenges, strong communities.
For more than 80 years, Stockmeister Construction Services has helped shape Southern Ohio through trusted construction, design-build solutions, mechanical contracting, and custom fabrication.
Learn more at stockmeister.com or call 740-286-8000. Looking for a rewarding career? Visit jobs.stockmeister.com. Stockmeister Construction Services. We can do together.
When working with an independent agent like us, you can ensure we have your best interest in mind. We do all the shopping around to make sure we find the perfect coverage to fit your needs. At the Sherwood Falks Insurance Agency, it's our business to see that the things most important to you are protected. That's why we work with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. They are focused on delivering exceptional experiences that build long-lasting relationships. Give us a call at 740-286-1708 or visit us online at SherwoodInsurance.com. Go Ironman.
The Jackson High School Ironmen play here. 96.7 WKOV.
1 minute to go before halftime. Stay with us once again. Celebrity halftime guest, our athletic director, snap back to the freshman Wilson, and he has nowhere to go. But you know what? He found some room. He scrambled around to the outside. There was nobody in the backfield. He tried to hand it off to nobody. Sees a little bit of an opening, is able to roll here toward the home side stands and pick up a couple positive yards. Give him about a 5-yard gain. It's going to be third and a long 5 for Gallia. I think they're probably more than content to let this first half run out. We're under a minute to go, 50 seconds, as he did get out of bounds. Back in the shotgun formations, Wilson. Single back, Sheldon. They hand off to him. He cuts, but he's going to be wrapped up. Nice job there on the initial contact. Trying to catch the number. For the Ironmen, it was Corbin Smalley. Hits him first, holds on to him, and then got a bunch of help from his fellow players. They bring him down. It's now 4th down and 6. I think Gallia will play for this. Clock running, 22 seconds. Athletic Director Waylon Massey will be my halftime guest. You want to stay tuned for that. We'll catch up on all what's going on here in the fall for Jackson High School athletics. 10 seconds. Clock running, 7 seconds, 5. Are they going to be content? Nope, the snap back to Wilson, hands off to Sheldon, and he is wrapped up and be tackled for a loss. And it is finally halftime here at Memorial Stadium, and it has been all Jackson Ironmen the first 24 minutes of football. The score stands 48-0. Pete Wilson, quite the onslaught by our Ironmen.
Right, I just outstanding on both sides of the ball. Really couldn't ask for much more. 27 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second, for a total of 48. And Gallia just able to do next to nothing. Only 2 first downs here in the first half. And on defense, Dan, what I'm seeing is Jackson reacting really quickly to the ball. Good scouting report, obviously, but gang tackling play after play.
Playing with a lot of emotion. Coach Hall said we had a great week of practice. It's certainly showing up tonight in the first half. Feel for the Blue Devils in that their season really got off to a tough start when their senior quarterback, who is a good one, we saw him last year, and as you said, Pete Wilson was going to be one of their preseason league favorites, maybe to be one of the better players in the league. Max Kennedy comes up with an ACL knee injury. Ironman, the Blue Devils have to throw a freshman quarterback in there, and everyone will say he is going to be a good one, but it's a tough spot to put him in, and this was a Jackson Ironman team that hit it on all cylinders here in the first half. We're going to take a timeout, take a 3-minute break. We'll be back with our athletic director, Waylon Massey, and we'll get to hear what's going on around Jackson High School sports.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Report. It has been a very busy past 12 months for high school sports here in Ohio. We'll chat about that and more with OHSAA Commissioner Doug Ute next on the Ohio News Network.
What defines Ohio? A place that dares to go first and never looks back. There's no slowing us down. At Jobs Ohio, our mission is clear. Strengthen job opportunities and empower Ohio's workforce. Another reason why Ohio is now ranked the #1 state for business by CNBC. This is what unstoppable feels like. We did it together, Ohio. Our time is now. See Ohio's momentum at jobsohio.com/Ohio's time.
Friday night under the lights reminds us that teamwork, dedication, and community start in our schools. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing, and on behalf of OEA's 115,000 members, we are proud to sponsor tonight's game and even prouder to support our public schools. Whether it's touchdowns or textbooks, success starts with a strong foundation. From the classroom to the end zone, we believe in every student's potential because in Ohio, public education matters.
Calling all community champions. Jackson County Banking Center has a new account especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. Get rewards, discounts, and other benefits with Community Champions checking. School secretaries, hospital housekeeping, dispatchers, and nurses are a fraction of the people who deserve something extra for their dedication to others. Our community champions make the world better. Visit bcnbfamily.bank or your local branch to open today. Member FDIC.
When your vehicle or semi finds itself stuck on the road, call the rescue team at Angles Garage and Wrecker Service located at 10992 Chillicothe Pike in Jackson. They provide 23.5 hours of damage-free towing and recovery service. Whether you need roadside service, a tow, or repairs, you can count on their team to get the job done. Angles Garage and Wrecker Service is also an authorized U-Haul dealer. Call Angles Garage and Wrecker Service at 577-3636. Let's hook up.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
I went from a dead-end job to endless opportunity.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. With advancement opportunities, an on-site health clinic, and generous retirement benefits, you too can be more at Bellisio Foods. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
When the job is in the woods, you want people who know the land. Cottle Chipping is a locally owned company with over 50 years of experience providing professional logging and land clearing services. From chipping and clearing to full logging jobs, Cottle Chipping delivers honest work, dependable equipment, and results you can count on. For your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 596-5984. Cottle Chipping, local, experienced, and built to work the land.
Hey, all you Ironman football fans, it's the Chubby Guys podcast, and this year we're bringing you the player of the game each and every single week. Tune in on our Facebook page at chubbyguys@facebook.com, and tune in on our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram, anywhere you love your media, that's where we are. Each and every single Friday night, Dan, and Pete are bringing you the live results in the post-game show for who the Chubby Guys podcast player of the week is. So make sure you tune in each and every Friday night. Go Ironman!
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by the Ohio Education Association and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game. We're joined again this week by OHSAA Commissioner Doug Ute. And Doug, it's been a really busy last 12 months for high school athletics here in Ohio. Let's begin with public school athletes being able to play for a neighboring district if a sport is not offered by their own school. I know there was pushback for a while from many of your member schools regarding this law that was signed off on by Governor DeWine last month. What were the biggest concerns your members had, and I guess what were some of the guidelines you put in place to address those concerns?
Yeah, I think, and I appreciate our lawmakers. We've had a lot of discussion with some members of the legislature, and we do appreciate those discussions. And felt like they listened.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration.
We're back here at Memorial Field here in Gallipolis, Ohio, and Coach Hurd and his undefeated marching band, Jackson Marching Band, putting on quite a halftime show for the big crowd here at Gallipolis tonight. But it's been all Jackson in that first half as they hold a 48-0 first half lead for Ironmen. I told you I have a special guest, a real celebrity, the athletic director at Jackson High School, Waylon Massey is with me. We did this back in the spring.
Yes, sir.
But I know a lot has gone on since then, and I know fall, what a busy time for you. I know it starts way back in the middle of the summer, but it's nonstop. But give us a little State of the Union type talk.
Yeah, sure will, Dan. Thanks for having me again. Just enjoying these marching Ironmen. I said, you're right, they're undefeated. I don't know we go anywhere we're not the class of halftime. They do a great job.
They're just amazing.
Yep.
And you know what's really neat to see is the opposition fans appreciate them so much.
I know it's sometimes a game like this is tough for the visitors, but I hope they, get to enjoy their halftime and get to see these kids have worked all summer. But yeah, we're off to a great start. I mean, I know last week we took a week 1 loss in football. It doesn't normally happen. Nice to see we're back on winning track here. I always hate it for Gallia. Always have such respect for our SEOL opponents, and I hope they get healthy and get back on track soon. But
the year. It just is a shame this year. I think they had some high expectations, and obviously injuries have plagued them and have put them in a very tough situation.
Yeah, anytime you're playing someone that young, a quarterback, and it's just tough. But it's a good get-right game for us because, as you know, our schedule is just a murderer's row after this. It's nice to see our kids have some success and get back on track. So, hopefully second half we'll get to see some of the younger guys get some reps. So it's good, though, and it's good to be back here. It's where we should be playing every other year. I really believe that.
Oh, I agree. And you know what? And it's not here, but boy, I'm looking forward to seeing the new stadium for Galplis. I think all of us, even their fans, this stadium has done its purpose, but it's dated, and the new stadium for them, it's going to be very special for the Blue Devil fans.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were just saying you get that small town Friday night atmosphere here, but I think it'll serve their program very well to get into some new accommodations.
Get everything out of the high school.
Absolutely. Yep.
No question about it. Well, hey, so much going on in the fall, so kind of fill us in. We know where we stand right now in football, but it's a busy time.
Yeah, if you've got any free time in the fall, come out. We've got some sports that are doing some great things right now. We've got some traditional powers. Our boys soccer program has been really good for the last few years, and we've got another great squad. They're 1-0-1, heading into some league games coming up, and they're really fun to watch. Coach Lourdes, who retired from teaching, wanted to keep coaching. We're love to have him, and they're off to a great start. They're super fun to watch. Rode to the game tonight with Coach Kevin Bowman from boys golf. They're off to another phenomenal start. I think they only lost 1 point last year in league play. They're, I think, a 14-1, 15-1 in league play this year. He is just, he's loaded, and those kids are out every day grinding at the golf course, and it's awesome to see them start to get some love from their fellow students in the community. They're fun to watch.
No question about it. And our girls' golf has been special.
Yeah, they've been great. I mean, you don't produce an Aubrey Arnold every season.
No,
but Kelly Wilson, our girls' golf coach, has reloaded. She's got some of the girls who are new, some of the girls who were kind of learning it last year, and they've picked it up. I think they're middle of the pack in the FAC so far, and with a lot of room to grow. But it's awesome to see that, because we need those partnerships from places like Franklin Valley Golf Course to make sure our kids get to go out there and golf and have the same advantages that other schools do, and it's just great because that's a lifelong sport.
How about a shout out to Franklin Valley? As you mentioned them, they support so many schools in golf, girls and boys from this whole area. There's a lot of pressure on them, and they make it happen.
They do. I'm sure it's a logistical nightmare for them with their leagues and trying to make money. But I also we've tried to tell them this is your future clientele. These kids love it, and it's a lifelong sport. They do a great job, not with just us, but I think they support Wellston, Oak Hill, Vinton County, maybe Beaver Eastern.
Yeah, I think so. I think they all come that direction. I've seen times you can go out there, and there might be 10, 12 buses out there and kids everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I just wanted to also give a shout out. Volleyball is on the uptick. If you're from Jackson and have seen what we've got a youth league going now with teams at every level, and that's starting to kind of bear fruit at the high school level. Our junior high team has been good for the last few years. I saw they just won a big night against Wheelersburg, and then our varsity was 2-1 at home this week and just had a great game last night. Beat South Webster back and forth 5 sets, and they look energized. They're so fun to watch. If you got a free night, if you can come out to the school and support those girls, I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
And if you haven't watched high school girls volleyball, pretty good girls volleyball, you will be amazed how entertaining it is. Fast-moving, athletic. The girls play with emotion. It's really a fun watch.
It's loud. It's fun.
Yes.
And like I say, the more athletic we get, the faster we get, the more fun it is, I think, for the fans and students. We're into the game this week. Coach Mallory Huff's doing a great job there. It's really fun to watch. And like I say, I think the talent is there all the way down through. So I mean, jump on board now, because I think it's going to be a long ride of being really competitive in the FAC and volleyball. So
and we just mentioned varsity sports. You've got JV football, junior high football, things going on at all levels. And it's a busy time, but boy, it's a fun time. And school's back going. We're back full-fledged at it again. There's no time off.
No, we're pretty much 6 days a week. Weekends a lot of times right now are cross country times and golf times, and an off a non-league game.
It's girls tennis too.
And girls tennis will play just about any time they can. Their season is so compact that they could play almost every night if they played a full schedule. So there's a lot going on in the fall. I know we ask a lot of our community, and we'd love to have them come and support us, and so they can see what they're supporting. I think we've got some of the greatest student athletes in Southern Ohio, and the way they represent our school and our community, I'd love to have people come out and support them.
Well, come out and watch them, but boy, does our community financially support us.
Absolutely, yeah. We don't want for anything. They're great to us. I know last year was tough with the levy and trying to make sure that we could maintain, and we did. And
our community stepped up.
They did, and I hope that we're making them proud on the field and on the floor, on the court, all those things. I think we try to do the best we can with what they give us. And like I say, we're tickled pink. I don't think there's any place we go that supports their people like their schools like our people do ours.
Waylon, I appreciate you so much coming up and talking to us. Let's do it again in the winter. We'll catch up again.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much for having me.
Mr. Waylon Massey, the Jackson High School Athletic Director, doing a spectacular job and letting us catch up on all the fun things going on this fall.
Yes, sir. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Waylon.
Yep.
Okay. It is still halftime. Gallia band out. Jackson marching band truly entertained the crowd here tonight. We're going to hand it over. Pete Wilson has his pen down, so he has stats ready.
All right, we're ready to go, Dan?
There's probably some amazing numbers you're going to talk about as the Ironmen had their way in this first half and scored tons and tons of points, scored halftime 48-0.
Right, and the team and individual statistics reflect that scoreboard, certainly. Jackson, 11 first downs to only 2 for Gallia in that first half. Gallia actually had more plays, 25-22. That's because Jackson had short fields and scored so quickly. Jackson has run up 133 yards on 18 carries, added 116 yards in the air. They're 249 total yards. Now, remember, that's on 22 plays, so that's averaging about 11.5 yards per play, the Ironmen. Gallia has been held to a net 14 yards on 16 carries, added 18 yards passing for only 32 yards for Gallia. So once again, that total yardage comparison, 249 for the Ironmen, only 32 for the Blue Devils. Jackson was 4 out of 4 passing. Gallia was 4 out of 9 passing with an interception. 3 of Jackson's completions by C.J. Crabtree went for touchdowns. Jackson did not punt in the first half. Gallia punted 4 times for 122 yards, about a 30.5 average. Jackson had no turnovers, didn't put the ball on the ground at all, no interceptions. Gallia had 3 turnovers, 2 lost fumbles on their first 2 possessions. That was killers. So Jackson got off to a 13-0 lead in the blink of an eye. And then an interception that was almost returned for a touchdown. It was, but called back to a penalty. The Ironmen ended up putting in the end zone anyway. So 3 Gallia turnovers all end up as touchdowns later for the Ironmen. Jackson 2 penalties, 15 yards. Gallia 3 through 35. Individually, lots of players getting into the act. Running back by committee again for the Ironmen, and thank the big guys up front for clearing the way. Israel Schindler, 7 carries, 48 yards, 1 touchdown. Tate Roslers, 4 carries, 28 yards. He had a touchdown. Ashton Seymour, 4 carries, 32 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. C.J. Crabtree ran the ball twice for 24 yards. Hunter Long ran the ball twice for net 1 yard. Crabtree's passing percentage and pass efficiency in the stratosphere. 4 out of 4 passing, 3 through touchdowns, no interceptions, 116 yards.
Wow.
Right, and Dayton County, you know what? He caught every one of them for 116 yards and 3 touchdowns, definitely showing that Jackson does have that dimension when they choose to use it. Crabtree can get the ball out, go deep, and Dayton County can catch it and run it in for a touchdown. On the other side of the ball, the Ironmen came into this wanting to stop Brock Shelton, and they have 12 carries for only 19 yards for Shelton. Oftentimes, when he gets the ball, he's hit immediately, gang tackled, and as I said, only 19 total yards. The young freshman, Wilson, has thrown the ball 9 times, completed 4. They haven't gone very far, only 18 yards, and he has had that 1 interception and no touchdown. So, Dan, a very one-sided game here through the first half, 48-0, and I thought we wanted to see the Ironmen come out and play, and they have, but I didn't expect to see this.
Well, you just never expect to see something like this, but it was. We had the issue last week. This week it was Gallia shot themselves in the foot a couple times early, and this Ironman team, as Coach Hall said, had a great week of practice. They were ready, pretty focused, took advantage of some of the miscues of Gallia, and boy, they just really did not miss a beat, and it is so good to see that passing attack to get going this week. It's looked very solid.
Well, that'll keep enemy defenses honest who want to maybe try to crowd the line of scrimmage on that power running attack. And also, another thing on this committee deal for the Ironmen, we thought it might be that way with the 3 or 4 guys running the ball. You can't key on anybody like the Ironmen are keying on Blake Shelton.
No question.
Even the quarterback is a threat.
No question about it. And, you know, the fact that Coach Hall mentioned the play action is going to be a factor, play action passing. Boy, it certainly has worked out. But CJ not only has been on target, but he also gives you the little bit of a threat to run the football, and he has showed that in both weeks so far to start this season.
Absolutely. Just outstanding all the way for the Ironmen so far. Dan, some scores to share real quick of interest on our local teams. Vinton County ahead of Paint Valley at halftime, 26-14. Wellston trails Piketon at home at C.H. Jones Field. That game at halftime, 22-8. The Red Streaks over the Rockets. And the Pike Eastern Eagles are winning easily down at Davis Stadium in Oak Hill. That game's in the third quarter. The Eagles lead 42-7 over the Oaks.
Thank you very much, Pete Wilson. We're going to take one more timeout. We'll be back with the third quarter kickoff of tonight's game between the Gallia Blue Devils and our Jackson Ironmen right here on 96.7.
Good people.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Dave Strickland will help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Dave Strickland in Chillicothe at 740-773-1824. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Keep your athlete in action with Holzer's Saturday morning sports injury clinics. Dr. Kelly Rausch and Charles Zurenberg offer Saturday morning sports clinics at Holzer Sycamore in Gallipolis and the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville Road every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the fall sports season. Dr. Rausch and Dr. Z have the experience to keep your athlete in action. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome.
The Jackson County Port Team, a post-overdose response team, is here to support individuals and families on the path to recovery. Made up of caring professionals from the Jackson Municipal Probation Department, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the Counseling Center, Warriors for Christ, Hopewell, the Ohio State Highway Patrol Jackson Post, the Adam H. Board, and other local agencies. If you or someone you love needs support, reach out today. Email jacksoncountyport8@gmail.com. Jackson County Port, where the light is always on for you.
Looking to score big on your next home? Make the winning call to Jason Wilson with Red Apple Realty. Jason knows the local market and works hard to help buyers and sellers come out on top. From kickoff to closing day, he's on your side. Call 740-577-7926. That's 740-577-7926. Jason Wilson with Red Apple Realty. Proud to support Jackson High School football all season long. Go Ironmen!
Looking for family fun that's worth the short drive? Head to the Yellow of Wellston. Bring the whole family out for bowling, great food, and a great night together. Whether it's a weekend outing, a birthday celebration, or just something different to do, Liella of Wellston has something for you. See our hours, specials, and to book your lane now online at liellaofwellston.com. Liella of Wellston. Family fun that's worth the short drive.
Mix 96 FM, WKOV FM, Oak Hill, Jackson, Wellston, MacArthur.
Jackson Ironmen Sports on 96.7 WKOV.
Halftime winding down here at Memorial Field, and Pete Wilson, you've got some score updates, but at the moment the officials and coaches are discussing things. There has been a light go out here on the home side to the field that is toward the school up there. If you've been down here away from the scoreboard, very dark on that 50 yards. So if they're going to continue this game, if that light doesn't come back on, they're pretty much going to have to play on one side of the 50-yard line, which makes this game even a little more unique.
Right. It'd be interesting to see how they might do that, whether it's all going to be on one side of the 50 or not. I don't see why they couldn't do that if everybody agrees to it, or maybe the officials don't have to have everybody agree to it.
I don't think, if you're going to play the full field, I don't think you can play it with as dark as it is at the one side from about the 40-yard line into the end zone. Very dark. It's not the greatest lighting anyway here, as you have said, but let's see what they decide as we see both head coaches and the officials right out at midfield discussing this situation. But you've got some updated scores.
Yes, these are, we'll go over the FAC scores now. Of course, all these are non-league. The Goshen Warriors lead the Hillsboro Indians 42-7. The Miami Trace Panthers are losing to the Wilmington Hurricanes 21-7 in the third quarter.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise, although Wilmington, we just don't know how good they are, but we know Trace is solid.
Right, and Chillicothe has tacked on a touchdown in the third quarter to lead Wheelersburg now 12-3 in that titanic matchup. Circleville has scored in the third quarter to move ahead of Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 21-14. And the Greenfield McLean Tigers, who we expect, they've got Hunter Lovett, is that his name, the quarterback over there?
Really a good athlete, basketball, football, but they have made some type of decision. It looks like Coach Hall is saying we will have to play on this 50 yards, this side. But, Greenfield's quarterback is going to be one of the outstanding quarterbacks in the area.
Right, and maybe this score indicates that they're going to be improved this year. Greenfield 21, Northwest 7. That game is at halftime.
Still a discussion going out at midfield. Coach Hall has gone over to his sideline. Two captains out there for the Ironmen. C.J. Crabtree, the captain for Jackson, still huddled up with the officials. They're standing right on the 50-yard line. Score at halftime, 48 for your Ironmen, 0 for Gallipolis.
And that should mean we should have a running
clock.
Yes.
You are absolutely right, Pete, and that's nothing wrong with that rule whatsoever.
Eastern leading Oak Hill 49-7 now in the fourth quarter. That, of course, would be a running clock situation. Two teams we know of. Zane Trace leading Waverly 20-7. Portsmouth West over Portsmouth 35-0 in the third quarter.
I just wonder how you do kickoffs, or do you just let the team start from the 20-yard line, but you can't let them go past the 50 hardly. Captain for Gallipolis just shook hands with CJ. That's Jackson Loveday.
He's one of their veteran linemen.
Yes.
Let's see how they do it. Jackson should be getting the ball here, as, of course, Gallipolis got the ball and fumbled on the kickoff, if you remember.
Never seen this, Pete Wilson. We've only been doing this over 40 years.
Oh, my gosh. Gallipolis is lining up on the lighted side of the field. That would mean they would be kicking off towards the dark end.
Looks like Jackson is going to return on the dark end. and run toward the lighted side. But my gosh, if that ball's high up there, it'd be a hard thing to even see.
I tell you what, our Christian Gillen back there, he should have a flashlight. I mean, it is very dim back there.
Yes, it is.
Especially on the home side of the field, which is where we are in the press box.
Be curious to see what the discussion was with the officials and the coaches with Coach Hall in the post game. But we are going to play football. One dark side, one light side of the field. Kickoff for Gallipolis is a line drive kickoff. Christian Gilliam's going to take it in the dark about the 10-yard line, comes across the 20, cuts it to the outside, makes a nice cut, gets it out near the 30-yard line. Good return by Christian. He had a handful of those last week in the Uniota game.
Right, good eyesight. He caught it on the line drive, saw it, and then brought the ball upfield. Good kickoff return yardage for him last week. That was one of the good things that happened in that loss to Unioto.
Overall special teams pretty solid last week. Let's see where they mark. I think they're going to mark it about the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for our Ironmen. They break the huddle. We're having a hard time seeing the numbers from here. A lot of new bodies, it looks like, for Jackson. We'll try to do the best to get as many announced. Looks like Austin Towning will take over at the quarterback position. Split backs. 2 wide out receivers. Towning takes the snap, hands off to the second back through, and he's nice run behind the left side of the offensive line. Still up and running, crossing out near midfield. And I am not sure who the running back was, Pete. Let me see. It's hard to tell the numbers.
A single-digit number.
I think it's Carter Staten, and wow.
Carter Staten.
Known Carter all his life. Nice bit of running behind the left side of that offensive line. It's a whole new unit in there for the Ironmen. Carter gets it past the 50, mark at the 49-yard line. 1st down for our Ironmen. Dylan Triplett is a wide out here to this near side. Towning under center, hands to the second back through. That is, boy, and he's bowling a lot of strength there, and it's going to carry the tacklers all the way for another 1st down. And that was Kobe Braden getting that carry at the fullback position. Sorry, we finally now have the ball in the lighted part of the field. We should do a little better with numbers. Ironman huddle up. Try to get some of these players in there. Alton Jones is at one at the offensive tackle positions, the near side. I formation. Towning under center. Hands to the second back through. That is Staten. He is hit right at the line of scrimmage. They were able to get a pretty good hit on him that time, bring him down. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Carter Staten, he is a sophomore. 5'6", 150 pounds, and very quick. Play gets called in from the sideline. Bringing that play in will be William May, Jr. Towning under center. I formation, split backs. Hand to the first back through, that's Braden, and he gets a couple yards, moves it down to the 35-yard line, but Ironman will be facing a 3rd and long situation. Pete Jackson didn't punt and obviously has scored on every possession in that first half.
Yes, they did, and they got the ball. Even the second unit, 2 first downs on their first 2 runs. They've got the ball in Gallipolis territory at the 35, but they do face a 3rd and 8 here.
3rd and long. The Ironmen break the huddle. I formation. Towning the quarterback. Under center. Smalley the center. Rolling out to his left. Looks downfield. Finds an open receiver. But we can't hold on to it. It goes as an incomplete pass. Towning rolling to his left. Did find his receiver. Couldn't keep possession of it. It'll be 4th down and 8. Would think the Ironmen will play for it. Running clock, so we're already at 9:26 to go. It's the first possession of the second half. We're basically playing with 30 yards of the field almost in dark as one of the set of lights down at the far end is out. We are on the bright side now. Counting with the I backs behind him. Pitch back to the running back, Staten. He is hit and brought down, but not until he gets down to about the 32-yard line. That was a 4th down play for the Ironmen, so Gallipolis will take over on downs.
That's the first time the Ironmen have been stopped all game.
You know, we've had these opportunities, Pete, many a times, and this is like JV football right now, getting quality minutes, and these younger kids getting to play on Friday nights, always very special for a program.
All right, well, that's, one of the reasons why Jackson is always able to come back the next season, even with inexperienced players. And
now we're going to see what's going on with the ball. Gallipolis will take over on downs, but now they'll move Gallipolis down to the dark side of the field, so they will at least be headed toward the light. If you're listening, that sounds pretty ridiculous, but one set of lights is out here at Memorial Field. Another good reason to get that new stadium built. Gallipolis will take over on downs. Ball be marked at the 32-yard line. Bear with us. Visibility an issue. Andres Pablo getting a snap there to defensive tackle. There's a tackle in the backfield. Ironman in there immediately. And there was a fumble, and the Ironman recovered it. I'm thinking, oh boy, I cannot tell who got it. Doggone it, and I apologize for that, folks. It is dark, and it's a long way from us. The ball will be marked at the 30-yard line, and it'll be Jackson football. They'll have the short field. So they'll move the football back down to the other side of the field, and the Ironman will get a play toward the lights. Actually, the Ironman, Coach Hall is getting, they'll keep it at the 30. Nope, now they are going to pick it up and move it. We're confused, and so are the officials. Tough situation here to finish this game out. We're at 5:51 running clock. The Ironmen have a running clock. The 30-point rule in the second half. Clock will keep running. 48-0, the Ironmen lead. Jackson has the football, short field in front of them as they were able to force or get that loose ball fumble by the Blue Devils. Tanner Ruckle now under center for the Ironmen, the freshman. Hands off, second back through. He'll be tackled right about the line of scrimmage. Tanner, a freshman, getting his first varsity taste out there. Number 17 for the Ironmen, Dylan Triplett, brings the play in. Ironmen break the huddle. Tanner looks around, gets the Ironman set, I formation behind him. Rolling out to his right. Sees a receiver open in the flats. Good pass, good catch. Catch is going to be made by Sean Tanner. Tanner getting his first varsity catch. Be about a 6-yard gain. No, I think it's a 5-yard gain. Mark the ball at the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. Pete, it's tough on me to see who's who out there, and you trying to do stats. Not easy duty, is it?
I'm counting on you to be my eyes here so we get the stats right as well as the call on the field.
Ruckle brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Under center, I formation. Hand to the second back through. That should be Staten again. Big hole at the point of attack. Nice job of blocking there. And Carter hits it quickly, and they'll move the chains as the Ironmen pick up a first down. They're inside the 20-yard line, mark at the 18. Players out there, Brady Kearns on the field for the Ironmen. I've had a hard time seeing the offensive linemen. Wheelersburg has cut into that Chillicothe lead, 12-10. Pretty good football game. We kind of expected that, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Split backs for the Ironmen. Tanner Ruckle under center. Handoff to the second back through. Nice job of running for the Ironmen, and that is Sean Tanner. I think that was, yes, Sean Tanner with the carry. Picks up right at 7 yards on first down. Corbin Smalley, the center. 2:46 to go third quarter. Myatt moves fast on a running clock situation. Slot receivers to the left side. I formation for the Ironmen. Hand to the second back through, but the whistles blow. They'll blow that one dead. It's illegal procedure against Jackson. Kingston Blankenship got his first start tonight. He's in there at a guard position. It was good to see Cade Gomez getting play going again this week too. He was injured first week. Offensive line depth is better. Tackle on the other side is Colin Kerr. Smalley with the snap, roll out by Ruckel. Tanner running to his left, sees some room, turns it upfield, crosses the 10, dives down to about the 7-yard line. It was a quarterback intended run. And I think that puts Jackson in a first and goal situation. 1:27 to go, running clock. Play comes into Tanner Ruckel. He'll have the huddle around him. Ball marked right at the 8-yard line. A very quick third quarter. Tanner in the shotgun, single back. He's going to keep it. Sees some room, takes it right behind the right side of the offensive line. Looks like he's right behind Landon Wiseman in there. Takes it down to the 5-yard line. Under a minute to go. Probably one more snap here in the third quarter. If you're late tuning in, the Ironmen have a 48-0 lead. Running clock this whole third quarter. Even got lights out in part of the stadium. Oh, no, the lights are back on, Pete.
Oh, how about that?
Taking a while for him to get warmed up.
Somebody tightened the bulb.
There you go. Ruckel, snap from shotgun, hands off to Staten. He sees it, he gets wrapped up right about the 5-yard line. Be looking at third down and goal. Ball marked just inside the 5-yard line. That will be the final play of the third quarter. We are going to take a timeout. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here at Memorial Stadium. It's Jackson Ironmen football right here on 96.7.
I'm Ty Brorman, your Jackson County Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments. We also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, mentors, and teachers. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Jackson Ironmen Athletics on WKOV. Call 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
The Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home has been serving the Jackson and Oak Hill areas for many years, starting in Oak Hill in 1941 as the Keener Lewis Funeral Home and expanding into Jackson in 1984 and becoming the Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home in 2012. Throughout the years, we've been a funeral home that believes each family gets the same level of attention and care they deserve during difficult times. Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home, 202 West Maple Avenue in Oak Hill and 28 Harding Avenue in Jackson. Lewis Gillum Funeral Home, Director David Gillum.
96.7 WKOV.
Minutes to go. Jackson Ironman football here at Galpolis, and what a night it's been. All Ironmen in the first half. Lights went out. They've had to kind of play half a field here, but the light has come back on, and they're going to try to play the full field the rest of the way, even though it hadn't come back full go. There's a lot of shadows out there on this side, but the Ironman, I think, is third down and goal on the 5-yard line. And we're going 2 and 3 deep right now. Ironman everybody getting an opportunity here to get snaps on a Friday night. Go ahead, Pete.
Dan, we're told by Carl Blaylock, who looked up some statistics and history before he came to write up the game for the Telegram tonight. He says if Jackson scores one more touchdown and is not scored upon, it will be the largest victory margin in series history.
Oh, well, okay. We have a full house backfield for the Ironmen. Ruckel under center, hands to Staten, and he makes a move. He gets inside the 5.
He's close.
He's very close. They move the marker down to, it looks like about the 3-yard line. It should be. Was that our mistake? Was that 4th down? Nope, the Ironmen are actually going to kick a field goal.
No, they scored a touchdown.
Oh, we scored. Hey, Connor Staten. That shows you it's the dark side of the field there. Congratulations to the sophomore. Staten gets in the end zone. I did not see an umpire raise his arms.
I thought they marked the ball on the 3, but what it was, they were marking it for the extra point.
Hey, we got a senior kicker in there. Austin Walker getting an opportunity to kick the extra point. Snap is high, kick is up. Is it good? Yes! Great job by the holder. Was that CJ in there? High snap, got it down, placed, and Walker did a great job of concentration to kicking it through. We'll take a quick timeout after the Ironmen score in the 4th quarter, 55-0, all Ironmen.
I'm Chad Middle, your Jackson County Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Sports on WKOV. Call 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
At Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, we understand the importance of community and tradition. That's why we're proud to support Jackson Ironman football and all other high school sports. Whether you're cheering from the stands or supporting from afar, we're honored to be a part of the Ironman family. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it the most and celebrating the spirit of our local heroes. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Athletics.
This is 96.7 WKOV.
$55-0 Jackson tonight. Everything going right. Nice job of running there, Pete Wilson, by Carter Staten through that whole drive.
Becomes the 4th Jackson running back to score, and good job by the second unit there.
No doubt about it. Running clock situation. There's the kickoff. Rolls down to inside the 10-yard line. Picked up by a Blue Devil. Crosses the 15. Tries to get out to the 20. I think we're going to hit him a little bit short. And wow, there was a late hit. Appears they're going to let play continue on one of our Ironmen. But Galplis will take over on downs. 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this contest. Ironman going with lots of players out there, new players on the field. Austin Towning getting some snaps back here at the safety position. The other safety is Dylan Triplett. Number 85 is Shay Chambers, a sophomore cornerback here on this near side. They're on the darker side of the field. Bear with us. Snap shotgun. The quarterback is still Wilson, and he's going to be wrapped up. He's going to hand off to the running back, and we're going to tackle him for a major loss. Running back is Bowen Saunders. He's a freshman. That's a tackle, about 9-yard loss, Pete.
We've had a few of those tonight.
Yes, we have. I couldn't see who made it. Apologize once again. Field very dark down there. The lights have been out. They've come back on, but you know how long it takes those kind of bulbs to get all warmed up. Ball will be marked, looks like about the 14-yard line. Snap back and is he hit? And there is a major collision. And I'm trying to see who is number 46, Shane Folden, with a big-time hit and another huge tackle for a loss. Actually, wouldn't be a lot of fun to be a Galplis running back right now. It's 3rd and 20. Galplis marks the ball there inside the 10-yard line. And I actually couldn't see. I think they threw a short pass. It's incomplete. It will be 4th down and a bunch, and Galplis will be punting with their punter standing in the end zone. Other players out there as we see them. Quentin Sturgill on the field for the Ironmen. Quincy Collier, a senior, getting snaps. Deep for the Ironmen will be Dylan Triplett. He'll be standing at his the Galplis 35-yard line. Punter is about 1 yard in from the back of the end zone.
And now he is going to be going to have less room to punt the ball because Galplis just hit with a delay of game, and I guess they're going to say it's not a delay of game. The field judge threw the flag and then picked it up.
5:22 to go in this contest. Snap to the punter, just in play. His kick, pretty good punt, gets it out to about the 35-yard line. There goes Triplett, turns the corner, able to get it across the 30 into about the 27 or 8-yard line, depending on the mark. We're under the 5-minute mark. Stay with us in the post game as usual. We will be giving away our awards. Monroe Collision Hit of the Week award winner. Last week was Landon Rapp. This week will be somebody different. Chubby Guys Player of the Game. Last week was Tate Rosler. This week, somebody different. And it could be a number of players for both awards. Always one of our fun things to do in the post game. Ironman will huddle up. They mark the ball at the 26-yard line. Towning back in at quarterback on this snap. I formation for Jackson. The up back I did see is Braylon Black, a freshman. Handoff goes to Staten. He takes it down to near the 20-yard line. Carter Staten getting some solid work here in this second half.
Yes, Staten's carried the ball 8 times for 37 yards, has a touchdown.
Number 29 on the field. That's what, once again, Brady Kearns. Trying to get their names out as I can see them. Towning under center. Split backs. Hand to the second back through, and he is hit in the backfield, and he'll be brought down for a tackle for a loss. That is it Cale Taylor, I think, Pete, getting a carry?
I thought it was 42, but is there...
Oh, 42 is Eric Puckett, freshman, dressing tonight. That was him carrying the football. You're right. I didn't think we'd be handing it off to a starting outside linebacker at this point in the contest. Under 3 minutes to go, running clock. Woo! 18-18, Chillicothe and Wheelersburg. 4 minutes to go. Thank you, Jason Brown, for the update. I formation for the Ironmen. Towning pitches back, and it is to Puckett. Puckett turns the corner, keeps driving his feet, gets it down. Gets it down to, where are they going to mark it? About the 18-yard line. Be 4th down for the Ironmen. Eric Puckett with the carry. Braylon Black and Puckett have got in tonight. They have earned a varsity jersey on these Friday nights. Along with Tanner Ruckel and Nash. Rosler, obviously Nash starting at the inside linebacker position as a freshman. Split backs. Pounding under center. Hand to the first back through. A lot of room as he cuts to his left side. I think he's going to be tackled just short of first down yardage needed. That was Braylon Black, the ball carrier. And it will come up short. It should be Galplis football. Minute 35 seconds to go, running clock. Defense comes on for the Ironmen. Trenton DeLong out there for Jackson. Everybody has gotten to play tonight here in the second half. It's been a running clock the full second half. And it's winding down to 1 minute right now. Once again, a lot of post games. Stay with us on this. We're going to catch up on some timeouts. We didn't get many timeouts for our sponsors in this second half. Jesse's going to help me get caught up on commercials here momentarily. 50 seconds on a running clock. Snap back to the quarterback. Wilson once again in there. A tackle's going to be made right at the line of scrimmage. There is a penalty flag coming out. Looks like the tackle was made by Shane Folden. They're going to march it off. It's going to be a face mask, so march it off against Jackson. 25 seconds running clock. We'll see how bad Galplis wants to take another snap. They don't have to if they don't want to. That penalty brings it all the way out to the 34-yard line of Galplis. It'll be a first down. 12 seconds. Both teams kind of heading toward midfield, and that's going to take place. Not going to be another snap in this contest. Both teams getting near the 50. They will shake hands. Clock runs out. Final score in tonight's contest is your Jackson Ironmen 55, the Galplis Blue Devils 0. Once again, we are going to take some timeouts, but we will give away our normal post-game awards, and we will also hear from head coach Andy Hall in the post-game, but most of all, we're going to hear some fun statistics from the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson. We'll be back. More post-game activity right here on 96.7 Jackson Ironman Football.
Your athlete's arm shouldn't be a guessing game. At On Deck Performance, our 12-week pitching program uses biomechanics, kinesiology, and professional arm care to build better mechanics, higher pitch IQ, healthier arms, and more durable athletes. At ODP, we don't just train pitchers. We also offer hitting, fielding, and footwork. Everything is designed with one goal: transfer it to the diamond. Become a part of the ODP family today and begin developing with a purpose. Follow us on social media or visit ondeckperformance.net to learn more.
Some financial institutions look at their customers as a group of numbers waiting to be processed. We treat our customers like people, individuals with dreams and aspirations. That's why we're committed to giving customer service a personal, know-you-by-name touch. If you're tired of being treated like a number, give us a try. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
The Jackson High School Ironmen play here. 96.7 WKOV.
Hello, Osborne Equipment Service.
I need to order pizza.
We don't have any pizza.
Can I get a cheeseburger?
We don't have any food. I think you might have the wrong number.
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with parts and service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs. And we're family owned and operated. We don't do food, but I've got a truck, so I could go pick up a pizza if you want.
While you're at it, my mom wants a salad.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
SF Restoration specializes in masonry restoration in Wellston, Ohio, with unmatched industry expertise. From chimney repair and caulking and tuck pointing to cleaning and deck coating, we've got you covered. Our team is quick to respond to inquiries and can provide a fast turnaround time for appointments. Whether you need waterproofing, concrete repair, stonework, or foundation services, we have the skills to deliver exceptional results. We also specialize in commercial work and window glazing and caulking. Contact us today for all your masonry restoration needs. Call 740-418-4880.
The Jackson High School Ironmen play here. 96.7 WKOV.
Well, it is post-game here. Week 2, Jackson Ironman football. Bounce back week for our Ironmen as they did a wonderful job of coming down here on the road. Both teams badly needing a win. Gallia, a very wounded football team, but the Ironmen took care of business early on, took advantage of some early turnovers, which the Ironmen helped force to get a quick lead in this contest, scored every possession they had in the first half, 48-0 at halftime. Running clock the whole second half, final score 55-0 for our Ironmen. We're going to give away our normal post-game awards right now. Monroe's Collision Hit of the Week Award. Thank you, Monroe's. You've done this for years and years and years. These kids get a very nice-looking T-shirt, the 10 winners that we will pick this season. Tonight's game, when you pitch a shutout, how many people could be named for the Monroe's Hit of the Week Award winner? Some of them that jumped out at me was Jake Gallagher in there, had a couple big hits. Landon Rapp had another big hit early on in the contest. He won it last week after that hit that caused the fumble on early on for Jackson. He was involved. Jackson's all of their front line, whether it was Byron Betts, his interception that almost went for a touchdown, a big play, both the Rouslers in there at the inside linebackers. Dylan Ross played very well for Jackson on the defensive side. But really thought the hit came early. It was a tackle for a loss, but it was senior captain nose guard Zayden McLeod. Really has played well for the Ironmen in his first 2 weeks. So Zayden McLeod, congratulations. You are our Monroe's Collision Hit of the Week Award winner. Congratulations, Zayden. Doing a great job in there at that nose guard position. Next is the Chubby Guys. And last week, what an honor it was to have Jason Gillum up here as our halftime guest, talking about this is the 20th year he has been involved with picking a Player of the Game award winner. And that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Tonight, could have been a lot of people. The one that I hate to say, how can you not pick Dayton Counter, as he had 3 catches, all 3 went for touchdowns, and plays both sides of the football. He is going to win it, folks, believe me. But a pretty unique situation in there. The other opportunity is C.J. Crabtree. He was a perfect 4 for 4 passing the football tonight. All 3 of the 4 passes went for scores. He rushed for over 20 yards. He threw for, Pete will give us those final stats, number of yards in there, but helped blow the game open early in this contest. But our Chubby Guys Player of the Game award winner tonight, senior quarterback C.J. Crabtree. C.J. plays both sides of the football. Tonight didn't have to play much on the defensive end as the Ironmen had the early lead, and it stayed for the full contest. Awards are given. Pete Wilson's working on stats. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with more Jackson Ironman postgame in just 3 minutes.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your ATV or side-by-side, this is it. The All Cylinders clearance event is happening now at Pony Power Sports Jackson. As new models begin arriving, this is your opportunity to save on select CF Moto off-road vehicles. Whether it's the dependable U-Force 1000, the trail-ready Z-Force 950 Sport, or the hard-working C-Force 500, you'll get the premium features that come standard. Plus, financing as low as 0% APR and rebates on select models. If you've been planning an upgrade, don't wait for the end of the promotion. The best selection is available now, and once these machines are sold, they're gone. Stop by Pony Power Sports Jackson, 2233 Clary Road, Jackson, Ohio. Online at ponypowersport.com or call 740-286-4956 and let the team help you find the machine that's right for your property, your trail, or your next adventure. The All Cylinders clearance event ends October 31st. Choose CF Moto. More comes standard. Ride responsibly. Read your owner's manual. Wear proper safety gear. Never ride under the influence, and visit cfmotousa.com for rider training and safety information.
From first kicks to Friday night touchdowns, I'm Carrie, owner of a Future Look 3D/4D ultrasound right here in Jackson. At a Future Look, we're all about celebrating life's sweetest moments, bringing families together, and supporting the local athletes and families who make our community so special. From seeing your little one before they arrive to cheering them on from the sidelines years later, we're honored to be a part of your family's story. Visit afuturelook.com to book your ultrasound experience today, and follow A Future Look on Facebook for adorable baby moments, updates, and more. A Future Look 3D/4D ultrasound from first kicks to Friday night lights.
Ahoy, matey! Be ye ready to leave the scallywags behind and join a crew worth sailing with? A.T. Hoy Transportation is now hiring drivers. If you've got a strong work ethic and you're looking for a company that values its crew, your ship has come in. So hoist the colors, climb aboard, and chart a course toward a rewarding career with A.T. Hoy Transportation. A.T. Hoy provides fast and reliable transportation for Hocking, Ross, and Benton counties. Don't miss the boat. Call 740-596-0536.
Winter will be here before you know it. Now's the perfect time to make sure your furnace is ready before the cold air arrives. Trust Air Claws Heating and Cooling for dependable maintenance, repairs, and new installations. They're locally owned, proudly serving all of Southeast Ohio, and servicing all brands to keep your family warm and comfortable all winter long. Find Air Claws online and call today. Air Claws, your local heating and cooling experts. Visit online and call today. Air Claws.
The Area Agency on Aging District 7 offers personalized support and resources to help you navigate aging with confidence. From free assessments to community programs, the AAA 7 connects individuals with resources to support a healthier, happier, and more independent life. Have a question? AAA 7's Friendly Resource Center staff is ready to help. Call 1-800-582-7277 or email info@aaa7.org, because everyone deserves to age with dignity and support.
COAD Senior Programs is a proud sponsor of all of Southeastern Ohio football programs and all of their student athletes. To become an AmeriCorps Senior Volunteer who makes a difference in your community, call 740-594-8499 or find them on the web by searching COAD Senior Programs. COAD, improving the quality of life for individuals and families in Appalachian, Ohio since 1971.
Back here at Memorial Field, Ironmen pick up their first victory of the season. They go to 1-1 on this early 2026 season. Bounce back victory after losing last week at Unioto. They come down to Gallipolis and come away easily with a 55-0 victory for our Jackson Ironmen. We will get an opportunity to get the thoughts of Coach Andy Hall here shortly. We just gave away some post-game awards. Now Pete Wilson has been working on what will be some very interesting and fun stats for our Jackson Ironmen tonight. Pete, you put the pen down, so are you ready to go?
Ready to go. Once again, if you're just joining in, being honest and truthful with you, the final score, the Jackson Ironmen 55, the Gallia Academy Blue Devils 0, in a game we thought could be pretty competitive for sure. Both teams coming off disappointing losses in the opener, and obviously it was Jackson who showed the resilience to bounce back and play a near perfect game here tonight, while just everything went wrong for the homestanding Blue Devils. Jackson 15 first downs to only 3 for Gallipolis. Got one of Gallipolis' first downs coming by the penalty route. 39 plays for Jackson to 30 for Gallipolis. Jackson rushes 204 yards on 33 carries, adds 121 yards in the air, 325 yards, and remember, the second half played with a running clock, so still over 300 yards.
And in the dark.
And in the dark.
Yes.
Gallipolis, now get this, 20 carries for net 2 yards. So many losses in the backfield for them. I don't remember any sacks at all, so that is tremendous rushing defense for the Ironmen. Gallipolis only throws for 18 yards. I think their biggest play might have been about a 9-yard gain, but only 18 yards passing. So give Gallipolis 20 net yards in this game. 20 net yards. So a stellar effort for the Jackson defense, and they were just aggressive all night with their gang tackling, and just a big turnaround from last week where, Unioto put 35 on the Ironmen. Jackson was 5 out of 6 passing, 3 different quarterbacks there, mainly, of course, C.J. Crabtree there in the first half. Wilson for Gallipolis was 4 out of 10, no touchdowns and 1 interception. Jackson did not punt the ball. They did not have a single turnover. Those are all good stats. Gallipolis, on the other hand, 3 lost fumbles while putting 4 on the ground, and they had the 1 interception that would have been returned for a touchdown had there not been a penalty on the run back. That was Brian Betts with that interception. Both teams had 35 yards in penalties. Offensively, C.J. Crabtree, our player of the game, and 4 out of 4, 116 yards, 3 touchdowns. The passing proficiency off the charts there. Dayton Counter, the Ironman senior receiver, wide out, caught every one of those passes, 4 for 116 yards, and of course the 3 touchdowns. Running backs, they all seem to get in the act. 4 different players scored. Ashton Seymour, 4 rushes, 32 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tate Rosters, 4 carries, 28 yards, 1 touchdown. Israel Schindler, 6 carries, 48 yards, 1 touchdown. C.J. Crabtree, 2 carries, 24 yards. Carter Staten off the bench, 7 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. As for Gallipolis, Blake Shelton, his stats say it all, as he is their big threat, and certainly they tried to go to him time and time again on the runs, but he ends up with only 12 carries on 19 yards, and Gallipolis throwing the ball, 4 completions in 10 attempts for only 18 yards, and 3 of the Gallipolis receptions went for lost yardage.
Thank you, Pete Wilson, with those statistics. I was just shaking hands with Coach Hall as he has joined us up here in the press box. We didn't hear all those stats, Coach, but I'll tell you what we didn't hear, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was really happy with our team tonight. We come out with a purpose, come out a lot more intense. We had a good week of practice. The kids, it wasn't like we browbeat them this week. They understood we didn't play well at all, and we had to be better. And so just going back to drawing board, kept it real simple this week on both sides of the ball. Go back to teaching fundamentals and just make sure we're dialed into the little things. Because as the season goes on, we can start adding more things to the offensive defense, but we got back to basics. We ran like 2 formations tonight, and we just got back in 2-back offense and did what we do.
I look for little things, but when we warmed up out there, and we're all spread out all over the field, but at the end of warm-ups, when we huddled together, it looked different tonight. It looked like a team that was really excited to be here.
They were, and we try to explain to them about this rivalry. Even though for them it's not a big rivalry because they haven't played, but to their parents and their grandparents, this is huge. This was the game for many, many years, and it's nice to be back. But I thought our kids really played hard and came out. And we wanted to do that early, come out and set the tone, set the offensive line, get them going off the football so we get a run game going. And we set up our play action pass, and I thought, CJ did a great job tonight through 3 touchdown passes to Dayton Counter, and had some other guys there too that he could have thrown it to, but the play action set all that up. It gave him some time. I thought he had a lot of composure tonight. He had a couple runs, but again, I thought our offensive line really did a nice job.
Really did a nice job.
Being able to, I sat down with Seth Taylor and Jay Sturgill, and I told them this week, I said, you guys have got to be the leaders out here on this offensive line. Got some young kids. They're figuring it out. They're pretty good. It was nice to see Cade Gomez tonight. Boy, I tell you what, he's a dandy. Got him back out. In the first play, he comes out on the touchdown pass CJ threw on a rollout. He peeled back. So last week, we run the same play, and CJ gets killed from behind. This time, the backside guard saw him, peeled back, and just chilled that kid. Same player that would have hit CJ last week. He's on the ground now. He's got time to throw it, and we throw a touchdown pass. So
we had
little things like that.
And all your stable running backs, you said you wanted to spread it out a little bit, and they all ran well tonight.
Right.
But, boy, there was room to run. Thank you to the offensive line.
There was. And, again, we're playing 4 guys tonight, with Tate and Seymour, and then, of course, Hunter Long went in there, and, of course, Izzy Schindler. Those 4, we just rotate them back and forth. It's 2 in, 2 out. And, all 4 of them deserved to get some carries, and no one better than the other one. They all were all solid kids, and so we gave them all opportunities tonight to prove themselves, and they all 4 did a nice job.
Defensively, though, we were really aggressive, and it was so hard to pick somebody who got the tackle, and you'll have that problem on film because there were normally 3 or 4 guys right there at the ball carrier.
Yeah, I thought our defensive line played well. We rotating a lot of guys tonight. Of course, we do that. I thought, Zayd McLeod, who had a great game last week, I thought he kind of leads that.
He won a Monroe's Hit of the Game Award winner. He had one early on that he just was everywhere, it seemed like.
Yeah, he did a nice job again tonight. And then, of course, Rosser boys, Nash gets his first start as a freshman linebacker, him and Tate, and I actually texted their dad this afternoon at lunchtime and said, boy, you got to be a proud papa to have two of your sons playing right next to each other. One of the freshman, one's a junior. And, of course, he's very proud.
Yes.
But and I thought our defense, swarmed the football. Dylan Ross got his first start as a sophomore, and boy, I tell you what, he's so smart, and he just, he looks young. You think, well, maybe he's not ready to play, and then he just makes plays. And so he got to start tonight. Thought he did a great job. Our secondary wasn't really challenged that much, but they kept things in front.
We didn't give the freshmen much time back there. And,
no.
In a couple years from now, we're going to remember this day because he's going to be a pretty good football player. But boy, it was a tough night for him tonight.
It was, and I thought Byron Best played did a nice job.
Oh, he took a touchdown from him.
Yeah, he gets a pick and scores, but he still gets he gets the interception still.
Sure,
but it got called back. But
I think a 12-yard return Pete gave him.
Yeah,
so
he was able to. He played both sides of the ball tonight. Him and Jake Gallagher, our tight ends, I thought really imposed their will as well.
Yep.
I just thought that offensively we did what we were supposed to do. Defensively we got to the football. We gained tackled. I thought we ran a lot better, and I thought we did a good job last week doing that. That wasn't an issue. But I thought
we said defense last week played a ton of good snaps.
They did.
Just had a couple
big plays.
Yep.
And so, I was happy with them. I thought our kicking game, I think, Tanner Jenkins is doing a fabulous job on all the things that he does. We didn't have to punt tonight, but we know what he can do in the punt game.
Yep.
But, kicking off, getting the ball deep down in their territory. I thought
poor
our coverage
guys
teams
only had one punt so far in 2 weeks.
Yeah, our coverage teams are doing good, and just a good night. It felt good to get back on track, regardless of the score. I know Coach Gerald, I have a lot of respect for what he's trying to do here at Gallia, and it's kind of like I feel like with Logan. Southeast Ohio needs Gallipolis and Logan to be good football programs, and I know you got both young coaches, both trying to get it turned around. I think they'll get there.
Both communities will get them there eventually.
Yeah,
yes.
There's a lot of pride here. So again, very happy with our kids. I thought our coaching staff, I thought we repaired better this week. We had to really go back to the drawing board and kind of, we had to, eat some humble pie too as a staff to say, what are we doing to, not have our kids ready, and so we kind of made some things, changed some things this week in practice, and, it's just going back to drawing board now.
I got a question
this week and red roll.
Lights went out right to start, right at the end of the halftime band performances. What was the discussion out there with the two head coaches and the officials?
To play on one end, because again, it was, it's pretty dark here anyway, but then that light goes out. It's really dark. So we said, instead of trying to cancel it, let's just play on one end. When we change possessions,
I was thinking for a second it might be canceled.
It was an option, but we wanted, Coach Joe and I both said, hey, let's play our JVs the second half, and that way they can get some time, and we'll just move it out of the darkness. That's what we did, and then of course they came back on late in the fourth, but
it was still dark.
Yeah, it was still dark. It was dark again. I don't
know if you had heard. I think Chillicothe has come from behind. Wheelersburg took a lead. Chillicothe comes from behind in the last minute and is going to win a very close football game against Wheelersburg, who happens to be next week's foe.
Yeah, that was a close game. We knew it would be. Go down to Wheelersburg next week, our third game in a row on the road. But this is a huge. This is the new rival game, as we all know. And this thing for now, for the 6-7 years, has been a one possession game. It was last year. We turned the ball over late, which really hurt us. But you understand they won a state championship game last year, and so it's not like we're playing the Sisters of the Poor here. We're playing some good people, but it's a huge rival game for our kids. Going back to my birthplace, I guess you could say, but understanding that this is huge. They're a well coached team. Fans would be packed down there. It's a 7 o'clock start. We couldn't talk them into 7:30. We're trying to move these games back a little bit so, people have time to go out to eat and do some things. But 7 o'clock start next week down there. And again, I know our kids will be excited about getting back to work on Monday. There's no JV game on Monday, so we'll all be in there ready to practice. And
that makes a good thing for kids to get to play this second half.
Right, and that's why we really wanted to keep playing, because there was a chance we were going to play a JV game. So I told Jeremy, let's play a JV game now. Let's just let the kids play and not worry about it. And he was very gracious about that. And he got his young kids some reps too. So. Good. Again, very happy with our performance tonight. It looked more like a Jackson football team. We're going to keep getting better as the opponents keep improving each week. And but we know what this is, and it's a huge rival game. We're going to be excited about going down there.
Well, week 1 to week 2, they say that's big improvement week. We did that.
Yeah, we improved a lot. It was really good to see our kids really perform.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Victory. Can't wait for next week.
That's right. Ready
Absolutely.
to be here before you know it.
Coach Andy Hall joins us as always in the post-game show. And big night tonight for our Jackson Ironmen as they come away with a 55-0 victory over longtime rival, the Gallia Blue Devils. Actually, this was the 103rd meeting between Jackson and Gallia, and we will certainly hope there are many, many more on this one. So for Pete Wilson, this is Dan Morrow, our buddy Jesse on the board tonight. It's been a lot of fun down here at Gallia. Folks, next week we will travel to Wheelersburg, and we, once again on 96.7, will bring you that contest also. So, good night, everybody. You got to be careful. All kinds of noise when you put that down.
Thank you for listening to Jackson Ironman Football on Mix 96 FM WKOV. Coverage of this year's Jackson football broadcast is brought to you by Jackson County Port, Dakota's Roadhouse, Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, Jackson County Banking Center. The Chubby Guys podcast presented the player of the game, Leella Lanes of Wellston, Brian Moore Construction, Jenkins Care Community, Pony Power Sports of Jackson, Jason Wilson, Realtor for Red Apple Realty, Caudle Chipping, Sherwood Folks Insurance, Village Haircutters, Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home, Dave Strickland State Farm, Monroe Collision presented the collision of the game, SF Restoration, and Ohio Valley Bank. Coverage was also brought to you tonight by Webb's Heating and Cooling, ERA Martin and Associates of Jackson and Wellston, Stockmeister Construction. Remember to fuel up at Clark's Pump and Shop, Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance, On Deck Performance, Hawks Metal Roofing, Edward Jones, Chad Niddle, Ty Browerman, and Bradley Wilson, Holzer Health Systems, Angles Garage and Wrecker Service, John Clark Law Office, Osborne Equipment, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, Belicio Foods, Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, and Miguel Christian Salon and Day Spa. Stay tuned for updates from all around the region on the Football Friday Night Postgame Show right here on Mix 96 FM WKOV.
WKOV, Oak Hill, Jackson, a Total Media Group station.
We now take you to Football Friday Nights, already in progress.
For the years past, Nelsonville York, what they did last season, years past, and what they're going to probably go on and do this year with a very veteran group in key spots. That's going to be a very good football team. But for Logan, yeah, you